Welcome to our Memorial Day service here in Holly Ridge. I'm Mayor Jeff Wenzel. And just, if you guys want to come a little bit closer, you're welcome to. If you can hear me fine, that's fine. I do want to recognize Councilman Greg Hines, who is here in that beautiful hat. And I also want to thank our town staff. We have Chuck Strickland here, who's head of Parks and Recs. He did a beautiful job of maintaining this. It looks pretty in here. I just wanted to welcome you here, and now I'm going to turn it over to the past commander. Here you go.
Good morning. Good morning. As we gather here today on the solemn occasion to show respect and remembrance of our brothers and sisters in arms, please allow me to take a brief moment to thank everyone involved to making this public event a reality, vice a virtual reality. The many volunteers, our mayor and town staff, behind-the-scene coordination, the maintenance of this beautiful park, as well as our military and auxiliary member and families of the veterans of Foreign War Post 9983 right here in Holly Ridge. While thankful for all the help, today is not about us. It is about those who came before us, who paid the ultimate sacrifice in support of the freedom we enjoy today. Please give your attention and respect to those sharing this beautiful ceremony. Take the time to feel proud in remembrance of those who have passed, and make time to ensure that the future we have before us, however long or short, is lived in appreciation for what has been given to us at the cost of someone else. After the closing ceremonies today, you are invited to an open house at the VFW Post in Holly Ridge, which is 188 Hines Stump Sound Church Road. We have a complimentary light bike waiting, and we look forward to seeing you there. If you please, join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now turn the ceremony over to our Senior Vice Commander, Nick Conrad, and Gunnery Sergeant John Wayne Williams for the Missing Man ceremony.
Morning. The table is round to show everlasting concern for our missing men and women. The tablecloth white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to duty. The blank dog tags represent the fact that any of us can be called to defend our nation. The single red rose displayed in a vase reminds us of the life of each of the missing and their loved ones and friends who keep the faith awaiting answers. The vase is tied with a red ribbon, a symbol of our continued determination to account for our missing. A slice of lemon on the plate is to remind us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in foreign lands. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those missing and their families who seek answers. The glass is inverted to symbolize the inability to share a toast. The chair is empty. They are still missing. The lighting of the candles serves to remind us of the ultimate sacrifice our failed comrades and their families have made to preserve the precious freedom we cherish today. Commander.
Greetings, everyone. I was thinking about some opening comments today, and when I came across the Commander-in-Chief of the Veterans of Foreign Wars for National, it was right on target with everything I was thinking. So if you will allow me to please share these words from our Commander-in-Chief, Doc Schmitz. It is for good reason that we gather today with countless other Americans across the nation and across the world. Regardless of race, creed, or political persuasion, we gather in unified and solemn remembrance to honor the sacrifices of those who answered their nation's call and who have willingly laid down their life for our freedoms. The past year has been incredibly challenging, and as our way of life has changed in difficult and chaotic ways, it would be so easy to postpone our ceremony, delay our responsibility to Americans' fallen service members to next year, make the excuse that we are tired, fatigued from pandemic, or to take a break. But the men and women of America's armed forces who have sacrificed and given everything they have, including their lives, for our safety and the freedoms we enjoy deserve more than an excuse. Here at the VFW, we don't make excuses, and certainly not on this most sacred of days, on Memorial Day. Today we push through the fatigue and pandemic exhaustion to come together to honor and pay our respects for those lost on the front lines of battle. This Memorial Day, as we join together, whether it is face-to-face or if only in mind and spirit, we remember their names, their faces, and their service legacy so that their sacrifices are never forgotten. Those of us who gather today to honor fallen comrades have cherished memories of friends we shared a foxhole or our meals with. Incredulous at the quick passage of time, we reflect on the brief moments we had with those now absent friends. Even though it may be many years since the day we bid farewell, we still revisit the times of shared laughter, the tears and the expectations that we all had for the future as though it were only yesterday. Their hopes and dreams and plans were never fulfilled because their lives, their time on earth was much too brief. As we take this day to give thanks to them and quietly contemplate their ultimate sacrifice, we realize how markedly inadequate our attempt really is to pay tribute to them. There are no words that can properly reflect the magnitude of what they accomplished, but as we enjoy our way of life in the land of the free and the home of the brave, we can commit ourselves to diligently reminding present and future generations of Americans that there is no freedom without bravery, and those we honor today were brave when it counted the most. Our intent today is not to speak of the glory of battle or to pay homage to heroes or icons, but rather to reflect on the person behind the deed and remember all of our fallen brothers and sisters in arms for what they actually were, people just like us. Equally, they held true to the values upon which this great land was founded and shared a common belief in freedom, justice, and liberty. They were our fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, sons and daughters, spouses and friends. Do you remember them? The next door neighbors and the kids who lived down the block. They were the high school quarterbacks, cheerleaders, and class clowns. Some of them were teachers, police, firefighters, plumbers, and physicians from every race, creed, and color. They came from every corner of our great nation and from other countries as well. And together they defended, protected, and advanced the cause of freedom. They were different in many ways, yet somehow all the same. They were unified in spirit and united in purpose and mission. The men and women who we honor today were no better or worse than any of us. While protecting our nation, they did not choose the events of the world and circumstances into which they were thrust. Rather, the circumstances and events of the world chose them. Generation after generation has been fortunate enough to reap the benefits paid by those who believe that freedom is worth fighting for, and if necessary, dying for. In cemeteries across America and around the world today, people will pause to spread flowers and wreaths on graves of the lost in war. But today we should not be about the sorrow we feel at their loss and not about mourning. I ask that today you not accept feelings of grief or affliction, rather the feeling of honor, patriotism, and pride. It is said that where one story ends, another begins. And though their lives were cut short, our absent comrades have endured that the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution is applied equally and holds true for everyone, some of whom may not have otherwise been entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Memorial Day is a rare day of opportunity to give thanks for all we have been blessed with, even though the significance of this day becomes at times confused or distorted, and the true meaning is sometimes lost to commercialism or drowned in forgetful indulgence. Those of us who are here today recognize the magnitude of the accomplishment and deeds of the men and women who helped the idea that evil and tyranny must not and will not prevail. The courage possessed by men and women who we are honoring today is something that cannot be taught. Their willingness to put country first is what truly makes America the home of the brave, and that is what this very special day is all about. Being thankful that such brave men and women have lived, and to pay tribute to those heroic patriots who bravely rose up and fought for something greater than themselves, protecting a home which they never returned. No matter how different these soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen are from one another, one thing remains the same. This is the land of freedom and of liberty. History and experience have provided the undisputable truth. It is the home of the brave. America will always be home, and a home worth dying for. Today we do more than just carry on a tradition dating back to 1866, when the first formal Memorial Day observances were conducted. We go beyond tradition, beyond remembering, and beyond mourning. Today we work together to make this country they died for, building a better nation each and every day. And now we'll have a formal but brief ceremony prescribed by. As long as two comrades survive, so long will the veterans of foreign wars of the United States render tribute to our heroic dead. Comrades, attend. On this day, forever consecrated to our heroic dead, we are assembled once again to express sincere reverence. This park helps to present the resting place of many departed comrades who served in all wars. Wherever the body of a comrade lies, where the ground is hollow. Our presence here is in solemn commemoration of all these men and women, an expression of our tribute to their devotion to duty, to their courage and their patriotism. By their services on land, on sea, and in the air, they may have made us their debtors, for the flag of our nation still flies over a land of free people. Parade. Comrade Chaplain, will you ask the divine blessing?
Father of us all, in the depth of our silent reverences, we realize the truth of the inspired words, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. As comrade after comrade departs, we march on with our ranks grown thinner. Help us to be faithful unto thee and to one another.
Look in mercy on the surviving spouses and children of our departed comrades, we beseech thee. And with thine own tenderness, console and comfort those who are bereaved. Heavenly Father, bless our country with freedom, peace, and righteousness. Through thy favor we may meet at last before thy throne in heaven, and praise thy great name forever and ever. Amen.
To you, comrades who have departed, we render a silent salute. Comrades, present arms. Comrades in the silent land beyond, wherever your mortal remains may rest, these solemn services we hold in tribute to you. Order, arms. That concludes our ceremony today, and we thank you all very much for attending.